All right. All right. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Three Lads. I'm your host, and I'm joined by another one of my co-hosts. This time, Joey 6 times. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Welcome. Welcome.
Thanks, bro.
As you can hear from my enthusiastic voice, another great week for City. We got a point this week, so yeah,
That's
one step further.
improvement.
Yeah, one step further away from relegation zone. So I'm cheering about that. But no, look, jokes aside, might as well just get into that. Start it off. I want to vent about it because otherwise I'm just gonna turn into Pep, as you can see. Like, I have a nice little bit of lusher hair. I haven't lost it yet, but there's getting points where, like, I'm starting to see it, and it's the team that's definitely affecting it. Might have to make
Yeah,
a
I can
trip to
see that.
Turkey. You know what I mean? Yeah, you
The
know what I mean?
hairline's going back there.
Yeah,
Going back
look at
and
this. Look at this. Look at this. It's unbelievable.
can see a
Unbelievable.
few scratches,
This, don't start. But anyway, all right. Manchester City versus the other Scouser scum from Merseyside, Everton. Look, I was actually saying this to Sol, going into this, if we didn't have this form, like this run, I would have been like, you know what? We actually didn't play too bad considering, like we actually were creating chances. The weakest link in our team, in my opinion, was, believe it or not, Haaland, who surprisingly, to be fair, has been okay till then. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've always been saying this is like people give shit to Haaland when in reality no one really gives him service. But to be fair, this time we did give him service, and he didn't really make any. Like you could see his confidence wasn't there. But getting into the game, like I said, we were looking good. Everton, Everton play. They sit back. And to be honest, they've been doing well for the past 4 weeks. I know. Well, for Everton
they have
standards, they've defended well and got a couple of 0-0 games against very tough opponents. I believe Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal.
I'm not sure if I've
Yeah.
heard it right, like if this is 100% correct, but I think basing off what I've seen the last few weeks, I do think it could be well and truly correct. Apparently, they have one of the best defensive records in Europe at the moment, like this season.
I mean,
I think
I wouldn't doubt it. But like I said,
top
3 clean sheets.
Yeah,
3 clean sheets in a row against like arguably the best teams in the league. And then a 1-1 draw.
Our game, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Postponed against them.
I think you were saying like it was a shit time to face them. So, and look, you can see. But look, like I said, we don't out of all the fixtures that has happened in the last 13. You know what I mean? Only winning one. Like I said, we didn't play too bad. Like that's the only kind of takeaway I can take from that. But besides that, you could still see the confidence wasn't there. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if I don't know if you watch the game or watch the highlight. If Everton actually had balls, because you could see there was towards the end, bro. They had a 4-1 against our 19-year-old, 18-year-old. Do you remember that guy I was teasing with the freaking? I can't even remember his name now because it's Pussy. Yeah, he's Scouser. Yeah, Pussy. Yeah, the Scouser. Bro, it was him against 4. And honestly, if Everton had some balls, they could have easily won that game. Got the 3 points easily. Like a lot of teams have been doing in the past few weeks, and so. But besides that, look, there's still.
It's just
a lot of patches to fix.
He's just not. He's.
Well, discussing this with Sol,
there's just so many things about you at the moment. It's not just one. It's just everything. When I watch City and in his last 13 games, it's the defending, the attacking, the controlling of the game. You never seen City really look under threat against these teams ever in the last 5-6 years. They've if a team scored a Tuesday when City's already put 4 or 5 past them. Yeah, just when you turn the ball over, you just get cut open almost every play. now.
Bro, let me tell you a stat.
And
Let me tell you a crazy stat just quickly to alliterate on you what you were saying. Everton had more possession than us in 20 minutes in the second half. Everton at home at the Etihad had more possession than us. It was like 59 to whatever the lesser one. That you know what I mean? Like it's great. That fear factor is gone. Like I don't know what like. Look, of course we can say Rodri. We can say that the defense has been shaken up throughout the whole season. Blah blah. But like I don't know. Like okay, we might get all right. Even if that was the case, and we did get drop off, I still don't think it would be that bad. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, all right, let's say we drop off.
I think like it's a combination of a few things. Obviously, Rodri being one of them, massive part of it. I also think the amount of success in recent years. That the players have dug deep to win what they've won, but they haven't really had the battle against like themselves, like mentally, like because they've usually always been in a good position. Like the players are playing well, they're winning, confidence is high. They haven't really had to come into or dig themselves out of a low confidence situation, and because they've won so much, I don't know if the hunger is really there either. Like,
I agree about the hunger statement, definitely about that, because you could tell even at the one big factor for me was and this was kind of like now I'm looking back at it, it's like okay, on hindsight, this was like I should have looked at it and be like, okay, this is different this season. So Pep biggest thing was like I take everything serious. Like I remember people used to tease us when he used to take Carabao Cup serious, he'd play his full strength, whatever. And then down the years, obviously he's played weaker squad, which is fine. In this last game, I don't know if you saw, so we lost to Tottenham, and then at the end of the game, you saw the whole bench, like all our starters, laughing with Pep, like cracking up, laughing, cracking jokes while we were 2-1 down. That's not the normal Pep that I know in my team. Even when we're losing in Carabao Cups, I know my manager like clicks it. You know what I mean? Or loses his mind. So, like you said, that hunger and thing. Like at the time when I saw it, I thought of it. It was like, oh look, these guys don't even care. So why should I care, right? But then now that I think about it, it's like I know now. Like I know it's only Carabao Cup, but like like that hunger was definitely not there or present at that time. And I feel like a lot of, and that aging factor as well, I feel like a lot of players like, we've done everything, like, like you said, they've won everything. So now it's like, why should we keep trying sort of thing? You know what I mean? Like, especially the aging players, not the younger players. Don't get me wrong. The younger players still have a lot to prove, blah, blah, blah. And one of the other ones is obviously, we spoke about this before, is the recruitment and the de-recruit, or I should say the lack of recruitment and selling players. Yeah. That was a big factor as well. And it's come to hurt us and bite us in the ass and in the long run, you know what I mean? So, it might have worked for the few years that we won the titles or whatever, but now in this long run, it's come to bite and hit us hard. So, look, I just want to bounce back, man. I forgot what a win feels like. I'm not even gonna lie. I was making a joke with you offline. This feels like when I was young again. You know what I mean? And even then, when we were shit, bro, like we used to put pride. Like even the Stuart Pearce years when we'd go 13 and 14 without a win. But you'd see Richard Dunn and the boys would fucking go in. Joey Button would your 2-foot cunts. You know what I mean? Would have a swag. I might lose in the derby 3-1, but I'm like, bro, did you see Michael Ball fucking 2-foot slide tackle Ronaldo? Yeah, let's go. It was those little mini battles that counted. But even now, we don't have that. And you could excuse that back then because we were shit. But now we're good. Like, look, I'm not trying to sound selfish or greedy because I don't come from that kind of I come from a different age group. But like my standards, because we've won so much, my standards are here at the moment, and like because we've lost. Like all these losses, like I said, it's not normal. Like it's definitely like it's hard to get used to. But all I can say is I've been saying this since the start of this bad form. Just get to January. Not just rebuild. Like I was even saying like, bro, let's try and be a cup team this season, but I don't even think that's gonna happen the way we're playing. Honestly, just get to January, rebuild. If we could just get to top 4, because at the moment, like top 4 is not even looking
the worst is due. Like I feel like Pep almost knows. look, I'm not going to be sacked.
No,
Like,
100%. 100%.
So let's have this bad run.
Mm.
And now they're going to just give him a war chest, man. Like, that guy's going to...
And to be fair for Pep, his whole seasonal career, he's never had this bad form. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like, like he's like, even when he was at Bayern, he came, I think, second, or you know what I mean, or whatever it was.
He's stressing. He's full stressing.
Yeah. Oh, bro, you can tell. Like, even in that Everton game, like when that goal, that their goal went in, you know, like, yeah, obviously they pan to the camera because they love it. Like, that's the money shot. And they do the slow motion one as well. And you just see him, he's just like, grabbing his head into the air, just like that. Like, you could see it full claws and everything. Like, no, look, all I can say is, rival fans, soak it up, enjoy it, drink it in.
Good to see him rattled for once, man. It's so good to see him rattled.
Bro, you should. I saw my brother the other day. Oh, actually, no, yeah, was it yesterday or the day before? Anyway, I saw it, and you know, he's a scouse like you as well, unfortunately. Yeah. And bro, we're in the car. I was in the car with him, and I wish I didn't jump in the car with him because for 15 minutes he was sitting on. You know, I'm loving this. Suck shit. You deserve all this, and your team. You know, I'm gonna have suffered. You know how long I've suffered for all these years. Fuck you. This is so good. Yeah, just for 15 minutes. And I didn't say a word. I didn't even say like, yo, like we didn't even talk about soccer. I just like sat in the car. He's like, looked at me, like didn't even look high. He was like, suck shit. Blah, 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 and then just continued. And I was like, you know what? I just let him go. I was like, nah, cool, thanks. You know, drop me off, cunt, when you're ready. Yeah. Look, you know, I used to do the same thing when fucking whoever was on top back in the day. So I get it. You know, you cast stones at the top, whatever. So, but you know what? One thing I will say is that whole rhetoric of we don't care about Man City is in the bin. That's all I can say. Because every freaking week I see people when we lose, that's everyone's content. Whether it's Liverpool fans, United fans, you know what I mean? They're posting up City lose again and City do this and post about 10, 15 memes on their pages. So that's all I want to say is if you don't care about Man City, don't stop talking shit about us then, all right? If you really don't care. That's all I can say. But no, look, not much to say about the game besides that.
Definitely.
Yeah, a few months, not even weeks, not even a few months. Insane to say. That's insane. Even like I remember you had this bad like I remember remember that like half COVID season? Even then, I remember
where Virgil got injured.
Yeah, that Virgil got. I remember you had a bad run, and even then I remember like all right, you had a bad run, but you were still winning games in between. Like we're not even winning games.
We didn't go on as bad a run as this, and in our defense, but we had Reece Williams and Nat Phillips centre back partnership.
I remember that Nat Phillips guy because he was doing okay and people were kind of hyping him up.
Fucking couldn't even make it in the German second division. Like we loaned him out and halfway through they sent him back. And then we had fucking Ozan Kabak come in for a bit as well, and then he's ended up going nowhere. And then Allison, that was the time Allison scored the header to get us in the top four, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You had that late run towards the end.
Yeah. We kind of clicked and got a few games together. But yeah, even then, I think
that's what I mean. Like that's what I mean. You will drop, but you still winning games here and there. Like you might have lost. Like let's say you might have not won 4 or 5 games here and there, but then you won a couple. You know, just staying, just keep. And even like other teams, like even Fergie's, like I was discussing this with Sol. Even when Fergie had his drop-off seasons, you remember he'd finished maybe like 3rd. Like I can't remember Man United ever finished. Do you remember Man United finished like 4th or 3rd, even in their drop-off seasons? Like I honestly can't even remember. Like like I think it was 3rd. It was like 3rd was the lowest. Like I'm pretty sure. And that's in these drop-off seasons. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say.
If they didn't win it, they were usually second. Like
that's what I mean. They were 2nd or 3rd. Like you know,
shit time to grow up. Shit time to grow up when you're a Liverpool fan. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, bro.
Well, shit era to be around. That's where it truly ended.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, the Manchester relegation battle. We will be there. We will.
Yeah. No, look. I made a joke with Sol in the chat last week. When we both lost like relegation battle, Sol, and now it's looking more likely and likely every week. We'll just quickly touch up on Man United. Another loss for them. Look, I'm not like jokes aside. I'm not going to say Amaron out yet, like because it's way too early, and he hasn't got the players he wants yet, and he sits there and he's won because you can see what he's trying to do, right? But still,
you can. But at the same time, I said this before, like when he came, I said, I don't know if you can do 3 at the back in the Premier League, man. I just really don't.
It's not even, dude. It's not even that. I feel like they just.
I know it's not just that. There's lots of things with Man United, heaps. Like that, but I'm just saying, like even his tactical, like I just don't even think that would work off the bat. Obviously, we spoke about it. They need. It's not just like 3 or 4 players. It's like 7 players. Man. Even the Sun scored the Olympico the other day against them. Oh no, I wouldn't concede that. Bang, I just concede exactly.
Well, that's goal. What I was about to add on to what you were saying. It's not even about the 3 at the back or whatever. I feel like they just keep doing the same mistakes. Like they're not like you said. Like all right, look, don't get me wrong. Yeah, corners, everyone concedes on them, whatever. But the fact that you said twice in a row now that same goal has happened. You know what I mean? Like that shit doesn't happen. That happens in video games. Those type of goals. You know what I mean? Or in park soccer. You know what I mean? Like the guy will kick it accidentally and it'll go in.
Yeah, but I can't remember the last time I've seen one of them actually seen one of them watching a game. I don't think I've ever seen one just watching a game. I think I might have only ever seen a goal like that when I've like there's like a highlight of it or a reel of it or something like that.
That's what I mean.
Like, just to see that in a United game or a Premier League game, I can't remember the last time that even happened. But there's he's got a bit. I think he's got a very big job on his hands, and I just don't feel like. I feel like the cliche of, like it will wear off, and he'll become. No matter what, he'll come under pressure if he doesn't start getting results. He has to start getting results, or it doesn't matter who you are. You're probably not going to get the time at a big club like Man United, even with them knowing full well and everything. Like he's got to turn it around in the next 10, 20 games because if they continue on the next 20 games the same way, but they might not even be in the Premier League next year.
Well, no, like same as them for us as them, they need a big January as well.
If a big club like that, if you're getting to the last quarter of the season and they're within that range of the bottom, the nervousness that will encapsulate that club would be phenomenal because
it'd be like when not the same caliber, but remember when Newcastle got relegated?
Yeah.
A few years ago, because they're a big club, whatever, like big stadium, blah blah, big big history.
They just had one bad season, obviously lots of average and well below past seasons before it, but then they just had one season where everything just compiled on them, and then they just happened to Leeds as well. Like they
happened to Leeds as well,
pretty decent team, and then they just.
What do you mean? Leeds were
everything just fell off. Yeah, but
Leeds were in crazy. Like Leeds were, I think they were 3rd the season before they got relegated, which is insane. What a crazy drop off. Like you know what I mean? But no, look, like I said, like he just needs he needs his. You could see he wants his players, his system. Like you said, he needs to start producing results now because at the end of the day, not even just for the Premier League, it's in this industry, it's a results based industry. You know what I mean? So like, as much as you could see what he's trying to do, and the tactics are shining. If you're not getting the results, sorry, like you know what I mean. On to the next. There's so much other people that want your job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like they got rid of someone else that was probably better for the job. Rude. But hey, each of their own. But look, we'll move on from the Man United segment because our representative's not here and it's not really fair. As much as I'd like to smack down on him. Yeah, look, I would have loved to, just a matter of shit I've been copying all week. I was like, it's good to, relay some shit other way, but, it's still on me this week. You know what I mean? Like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. Liverpool, finally breaking their Christmas curse. That's been haunting them for these years. Yeah, Leicester.
Before
Take it away.
that, a couple of hours before that, we had Salah do the old Merry Christmas tree.
Jokes aside, were you actually spent, or was it like just a funny joke or that?
Just chill, I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna break it down. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, when I seen the Kim in the Christmas tree, I go, like, why did you do that? Like, because it's not a lie. He's done it 2 years in a row before this, and both times after it.
Apparently longer, dude.
Yeah. The last 2 years, I think maybe 3 years, but in 2 of them years, he's had AFCON. So that hasn't really been fair. Like, that's kind of broke up his rhythm around this time, always. But he has had not the best runs after posting the old Christmas tree, Merry Christmas photo, which is, it's a bit worrying, not gonna lie. But also, I don't know, in my head, I'm like, this Salah's a bit different this year. He's got a ruthless streak about him. I think he can sense that if he can pull his shit together this year, that we can win the league. Whereas other years we've had to battle against a city that produces 100 points, 99 points. So we know we've got to be perfect. And I think this year he knows, like, if he steps up and produces, we can win. We will win if he continues the way he's playing. If he plays like that for the rest of the season, we'll win the league easy.
That's what I was about to say. You can great players when you can see it, right? Like that, they have that spark where they touch the ball and you can see they're not going to make a mistake, or you just have all of them utmost confidence in those type of players. Salah's playing like that at the moment, admittedly. Like even when he's like having games where you think, okay, he's having a quiet game, Salah's not doing too much, boom, comes out and scores a goal or crucial assist for the game. You know what I mean? He's having those type of seasons where he had. It actually reminds me of that season, like a couple of years ago, the one where it went down to the Aston Villa season, where it went down to the wire, where he was just like non-stop scoring. Everyone was like, he's washed, he's going to Saudi, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden he just turns up. He's having it's similar to one of those seasons. Look, to be fair, I can't fault him on anything. You know what I mean? I can't fault your whole team on anything. You know what I mean? Besides, maybe you could have gone ahead a bit more and had a bigger point differential. But then again, the whole league, like me and Sol were talking about this last week.
Like Fulham, the job points to Fulham. Fulham have been
they
did this morning. They beat Chelsea, and we dropped points to Forest. Look what Forest has done this season. The teams, Arsenal, we haven't really so much really dropped points that everyone else hasn't dropped. You know,
well, this is a really strange season.
Yeah, it is.
Well, like I was about to say, like this is a really strange season for the fact that like you've got like the top players who you thought were going to be there are not, right? And then you've got people like these dark horses like Fulham and Nottingham, like you said, Fulham and Nottingham Forest, who are just, you think, all right, they're going to drop off. Like, surely they're going to drop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, they're going to, come down to earth, and they just keep going. They just keep going. They just keep going. Yeah. No, look, like, honestly, I feel like a lot of teams have been covered, they've, have been kind of, hiding behind City's ball. Not hiding, but you get what I mean? Because we've been so shit, the magnifying glass has been on us. But if you actually deep it, a lot of teams haven't been up to par. Like, for example, Arsenal, United, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like Newcastle, you know what I mean? Yeah. Aston Villa, like a lot of these teams who you thought they were, they were going to be up there, are not up to par. And like I said, it's overshadowed by the fact that we've just been so shit. You know what I mean? Like I said, but arguably the only two teams have actually doing that are playing surprisingly like again, Liverpool and Chelsea. You know what I mean? But everyone else, they can't really chat. Maybe a bit Arsenal, but then again, Arsenal aren't doing what they was, what they were doing last season. You know what I mean? Like, no. So, look, it's definitely a strange one. And I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah, we joke or whatever, but it's yours. Like after this, you know, run of fixtures and these short weeks time and going into New Year's, it's all yours for the taking now. Because the threat, I honestly thought it was Arsenal was going to be your biggest threat, and now I can't even see that. And if Chelsea is your biggest threat, I can't see them going toe to toe with you. Do you get what I'm? Yeah, they might be close and they might win a few, but they won't go toe to toe. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like if you just pull away, this will be like that, not same, but similar to that season where you won it the first time.
They got a game in hand.
It's going to be a tough game, though.
Game in hand, Everton, but if we do win the game in hand, we go 10 points clear of City. 10 points clear of Chelsea, and 9 points clear of Arsenal. So, and that's now. If we keep going and they drop a couple points along the way, it's only going to get the gap will be bigger.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to say. Like, there is a big chance for you to run away with this. You know what I mean? And like you were saying, like you could see it. Salah can definitely see it as well. You know what I mean? I feel he has something to prove to the owners as well. Like you can definitely see that. He's like, all right, you're not giving me my contract. I'll make sure you give me my contract this season. You know what I mean? Like,
I think all three of them have been offered contracts now. So
I'm
finding out a few of the details.
I thought Salah had been offered, and then I heard that wasn't true or something. Oh, I'm
gonna have to go. This kid's screaming, then Jennifer's
all good. All good. Well, I'll wrap it up anyway.
Good show, lads. Been a good show, lads.
Good as always.
Sorry it was quick. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, no, all good. Take your time. Have a good one. Well, that's the end of the show. It's back to me again. As you can see, Red Devil Soul, who's in charge of the prediction league, isn't here. So we will be doing them in our group chat. If you want to join along, just put them in the comment section, and we'll copy them. And put them in. So and tally them up if you get the right scores or whatnot. Otherwise, anyway, lads, I'm about to head off. I think we're about to jump on EA, I believe. I'm not sure yet, so don't count on that. Not sure, but anyway, until next time, I've been your host, Does the Most, and I'm joined by none of my co-hosts at the moment. Until next time, peace in the Middle East.